Hello friends. So this video is in continuation to my previous video in which I've discussed about eligibility to appear in different level of CFA exam. Now if you have become eligible in appearing in CFA exam, let's discuss about the fee structure, number of times exam held and the passing percentage. So let's start with the fee structure. What is the fee structure? So if you're thinking to get enrolled in CFA, you are supposed to pay one-time enrollment fees which is $350. This is you are supposed to pay once in your lifetime. After enrollment, you have to pay fee for each level 1, 2 and 3. The standard fee for each of the level is $940 if you are early bird registration, and standard if then you have to pay $1250. What is the early bird registration? In case you get registered within the prescribed time limit, then you get the benefit of early bird registration in which you are supposed to pay $940. While if that time limit is exceeded, then you have to come under standard registration in which you have to pay the standard fees which is $1250. This is the fees which is applicable. For example, if you are appearing in level 1 exam and you are early bird register, then you are supposed to pay $940, and for level 2 again you have to pay $940, and again for level 3 you are supposed to pay $940 if you are early bird, else you have to pay $1250 in each level. If you are an Indian candidate, then along with the fee you are supposed to pay GST at the rate of 18% only and only in case of level 1 and 2. Level 3 is exempted from applicability of GST, which means you are not supposed to pay any GST if you are registering for level 3 exam. This was the complete fee structure. Now let's talk about the number of times exam held. So talking about level 1 exams are held 4 times in the year. First in the month of Feb, then in May, then in August and then in November. While the level 2 exams are held thrice in a year, Feb, May. In this case, Feb is not there, but May, August and November. Talking about level 3, it is just held twice in the year, that is in the month of Feb and August. So also along with that, if you are appearing in level 1, 2 or 3 exam and unfortunately you are unable to clear in your first attempt, then you can give second attempt, but the time gap between 2 attempts should be minimum 6 months. It can be more than 6 months, but it cannot be less than 6 months. For example, if you have given level 1 exam in the month of Feb and you are unable to clear that means you cannot give that exam again in the month of May. You have to wait till August and you are supposed to give second attempt in the month of in the month of August. So in this way, the minimum gap between 2 attempts should be minimum 6 months. So this was the number of time exam held and the number of attempt and when the second attempt can be given. After that, let's talk about the passing percentage. So the passing percentage in CFA is very good. So I was calculating the passing percentage and checking the average passing percentage in previous few years, let's say 5 to 7 years. So talking about level 1, in level 1 the passing percentage was 41%, which is very good. Talking about level 2, it was approximately 45%, while in level 3 it was somewhere between 49 to 51%. So the passing percentage in CFA is also very good. Along with that, I would like to add on, if you are appearing in the exam and after clearing let's say level 1 along with your graduation only, then you have an edge over other students because you get better job opportunities. So don't think and get yourself enrolled for CFA exam. Start preparing and also make sure that whenever you are enrolling, get the benefit of early bird registration. This will save your money. Bye. Wait for my next video.